Come on, United, the season is upon us. We're going to be playing at Arsenal, and all I keep hearing is, we're buying players for the now to get started. Belieber is going to fit in right now. We need him. 100 mil. I've got a question, please. Can I ask, if we're buying players for the now, where are they? The now, we're literally playing tomorrow. I'm in Taiwan, so a bit of a time difference depending when this video goes out. But where are the players? We're playing very soon. Now, please, we need a goalkeeper. We need a midfielder, a defensive midfielder. Oh, I got in trouble today by some Liam or someone who corrected me. There is no defensive central midfielder. As I said on my account, thank you, Liam, for pointing that out. Maybe you're playing a different game of Football Manager. I mean, I haven't played Football Manager in years. I was too busy coaching. And strangely enough, I was too busy using defensive central midfielders. But that's what's so beautiful of the game of soccer. Just joking, right? I know it's football. Right, let's just cut to the chase. If we're not paying 100 mil for Belieber right now, if it's not going to happen right now and we're getting players in right now, we're really struggling. We need to build from the foundations and then put the roof on the top after, just like a house. Let's go back to basics, right? Attacking lineup, superb, but have we kind of built from the top down? Yes. It feels like almost, and it's just not a negative slant all the time or moaning, but I'm just saying what I see and kind of factual as well. We're just going all out to try and blast teams out of the water, which is great, but you need that stable foundation when you're having a bad game or when the attackers aren't on form or you've got injuries, that you have got a solid defense, and that starts with a goalkeeper. United's success, apart from a little bit with Bartes, has always been based around a solid goalkeeper, and then from there you build a bit of stability from the back line, which also we need to add to. So instead of postponing, waiting, are we getting Belieber or not for 100, it's going to have to be more, because look, Brighton are holding out for Caicedo price. So Caicedo ranked in, if you look at the stats, which I don't know if people do or not, they should be doing when you're recruiting players, and Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford do, which is why they're able to find these gem of the players and then make money on them. If you look at the stats, Caicedo was the best performing, depending what stats you look at, but overall the best performing defensive midfielder or midfielder can play in that defensive role in the Premier League last season. So Brighton are looking and thinking, you know what? We're holding out to get around the same price next year for what we did for Caicedo, which was about 150 million or something. Okay, so if there is going to be any deal, it's going to be more than 100 million, and it's not going to be ready to integrate the player and get them ready for the season. It doesn't look like it. So apart from that, why haven't we already got someone in place? I mentioned this in the last video, already got somebody in place on the shortlist, on the players shortlist, who we can go out and sign, okay? Anderson at Forest, was he from Newcastle, bought for 32 to 35 million, okay? That deal was already done. And funnily enough, or not funny, Anderson was one of the top performing midfielders as well. And you can say, but he's more box to box, or he can also link up play in the final third. However, his stats also show he's very capable and comparable to Belieber, and look at the price difference. So why on earth are we not looking at this, and why isn't it already in place with it secure, so we can then focus on a goalkeeper and another defender? And someone commented on one of the YouTube videos, apologies that I haven't put the name up here, and they're right. I mean, let's look at like players such as the captain from Lisbon. Okay, why we already got a list of these players? And if we haven't, people say, oh, how do you know that they haven't got a list? Show us the list. Show us the players. And if Belieber was really one of our priorities, why has it waited until now? And it probably won't get done. And if it wasn't a realistic target, which it looks like it's not, because Brighton were very firm on saying that they don't want to sell, how have been chasing a dead cat bounce? Literally. Sorry, that's a phrase from the trading world, a dead cat bounce, okay? It's not really going to happen. Why haven't we got someone in place? Why hasn't someone already been bought, 30 million? Oh, but they're not going to be of the quality. Yes, but somebody who can fill the space. for the now, because at the minute, for the now, we've got no one. We've got no goalkeeper, and we do need a goalkeeper. I'm sorry. That should have been the priority. We could have scraped through and masked over the midfield situation, but you need a goalkeeper. You need a goalkeeper. So we haven't got a midfielder for the now. Tell me what is for the now about now not having a player. That's not for the now. That's for next year. So get in one or two, 25 to 30 million for the now. And just hope that Ugarte pulls his finger out his bum and we can get something going to screen the back line, whether it's a 3 or whether it's going to be a 5 or whether it's for defensive midfielder, or should I say for DCM, the defensive central midfielder, slotting back into the defensive line. Can be a DCM. Just a quick one on that, okay? If it's a central midfielder and it's a defensive midfielder, yes, the defensive midfielder does go out to the left or to the right, but they're primarily a central midfielder who's defensive. So I'm going to say DCM. And we could have two signed. We could have a defender signed. We can have a goalkeeper signed. And it's not as easy just saying it. However, it possibly is as easy as that because other clubs seem to do it. Some clubs are already buying a goalkeeper and bought a goalkeeper and looking to add to a second goalkeeper. Personally, the goalkeeper what's in place now, we can go out and get a better one tomorrow. I'm sorry. And yes, he may have been a good ball player in the past for Ten Hag. However, it's not what we need. What we need right now is someone who actually can save shots. Stop shopper. De Gea wasn't great with his feet. Okay, I would take him back right now in a heartbeat. So let's start getting the foundations. It's probably a little bit late now. I mean, are we just going to bring someone in after the first couple of games? Transfer window finishes in September. Tell me your thoughts. Who are some players you'd rather bring in now, for the now, and not the next transfer window, or not after 2 games? And as a short-term fix, could we actually try and get Martinez just to be in a screening role in midfield? Or Lenny Yoro? Yes, it's not some lower league club in a different country of the world. I know you can't just turn it right back into a defensive midfielder. I know this. However, it has been done before where midfielders drop back to defence, where defenders can push up into midfield. Look at John Stones, okay? Have we got a John Stones like when City pushed him into midfield sometimes, whether he was going in from centre-back and then playing as a midfielder, or if he was actually starting as a midfielder? Have we got someone in the squad which can do that job without going and spending on 115 or 120 million on a player? What isn't proven, he's an amazing player, an amazing talent, with an amazing Premier League season behind him last season. No doubt about that, and I rate him, I love him. If we're going to get him, great, awesome, not my money. However, is he proven? Like Roy Keane said, has he done it for 2 or 3 years? No. So you're not buying a proven player. Just like Sesko, everyone's saying, but we're buying for the now. Really? Was Sesko for the now? And I'm very happy to have him. What about you? Let me know. Follow, watch these videos. See you.